Hell. Hang on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We were alone against the flames last week in the Call of Cthulhu universe, and, yeah, we blew a section of New Hampshire about 16 miles in diameter off the map and killed ourselves in the process. This week, as you can see, we're debuting a new Call of Cthulhu adventure on the channel as we find ourselves alone against the dark. We're defying the triumph of the ice this week. Taking a look at the back, looks like we're set in the fall of 1931. I won't spoil the premise for this one, but we will jump pretty much right in. We'll introduce our first investigator because we'll have a few that we'll be bouncing between. So here's our first look at Louis Grunewald. It might be a little bit hard to read, but I have customized some of his skills in pencil. And as I'll be erasing things, as I'll need to be able to erase things, I wanted to have it in pencil. Actually, I think one thing I could grab, actually a couple things I could grab. I'll grab do I want spin down counters? I don't think so. I think I'm going to write these out. So we'll go HP 9. Luck 50, and MP 11 in case I need them. Okay. He starts, and I believe, I'm just going to double check here, but I think every entry we mark an hour, right? Just double checking the time here. Every hour must be accounted for. Okay. Alright, so we are jumping to entry 13. And here we go. So, full disclosure before we jump in. I've actually never done this adventure before, not even off channel. So this will be our very first time doing this adventure. This will be my very first time doing the adventure ever, so I'm coming in. I know how Call of Cthulhu works, but I'm coming into this adventure blind. So, let's go ahead and jump right in. For you, Professor Louis Grunewald, this first day of September 1931 has been tiring and uncomfortable. Light mist has covered Arkham for most of the day. Right. You held 2 uninspired undergraduate classes at Miskatonic University, and you met with the new chairman of the literature department, a giddy technocrat. You survey your desk and see that a stack of papers to grade has already formed. You're enjoying your second pipe of the evening and putting off grading papers when the doorbell rings. To your surprise, it's a telegraphic messenger. It arrived at Kingsport Head Station not more than an hour ago, the boy says. You sign for it and slip a dime into the youngster's hand. Oh, thank you, sir. You open the envelope and scan the contents. Handout Dark 1, see page 12. We'll see that in a second. My goodness, you think. Imagine, dotty old Gliere in prison. You recall they had gone to Greece to work on his book concerning primitive myths. What has he gotten himself into? Should you wire money? You recall all the amusing discussions that you had with him, and a sudden insight lets you understand that Tibor Gliere had no close friends except for you. Should you go help him? You suppose the university will grant you leave, but do you want to go? With uncommon speed, you decide to go to Athens to help Gliere. You write him a wire, and another to Ernest Holt, a wealthy New York financier and a good friend of yours. If you get into hot water, Holt will help you. And so, you decide to keep him posted on your progress. You give both telegrams to the waiting messenger along with the necessary funds. What to do now? You'll go to the bank first thing in the morning to get travel funds. As for transatlantic schedules, well, the advertiser surely carries that information. As you pack, you wonder if you should check Gliere's room at Mrs. Harding's boarding house. Maybe you could get a clue about Gliere's activities or a hint about his arrest. Your passport is in order. Your clothes and sundries are packed. You'd best turn in. You're going on a little trip. When you awake, it is September 2nd. Go to 102. Here's the telegraph that we're looking at from Athens via Kingsport. In jail for antiquity theft. Stop. Need help. Stop. Can you come? Stop. Urgent. Stop. See Corporal Ilonius, Athens Bureau of Investigation. Glier. So we're going to entry 102. If it is after September 8th, go to 147. If not, and you're Grunewald, you can rest and have a repast. Go to any Arkham location. If you're not Grunewald, go to 120. We are Grunewald, and we can go to any Arkham location. So, let me see if there's a list on... Let's see if there's a locations table in here. Hopefully there is. But that would make a little too much sense. Right, there's the... Okay. Yeah, so Arkham, we're going to go to... Right, so it's September 2nd. So now we're on September 2nd. We wanted to go to the bank early. So let's actually go to Miskatonic University first. I think we'll be able to get leave, so let's go to page 82. Miskatonic University. Information available by phone. The MU library is open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday. To visit the library, go to 145. To see Dr. Martin Fenn, chairman of the history department, before or on 8th of September, go to 122. After that, go to 143. To see the dean, before or on September 8th, go to 100. After, go to after September 8th, go to 197. Once finished in the library, go to any Arkham location. So let's go visit the library. For each hour at Miskatonic's library, attempt to make a successful library use or spot hidden roll. If you make the library use, go to 25. For the spot hidden, go to 70. You can return to Miskatonic University, go to 82 or any Arkham location. Let's make a... We actually had pretty good library use here. Let's try to make a library use roll. We'll spend an hour there. So right now this is 6 a.m. that we're at. This library use is a 60. Once again, we're rolling percentile dice, and we want to be under the skill value, in this case of a 60. That's an 84. We could spend 24 luck points for that, but we're not going to spend that, so we're going to burn an hour there. So it's 7 a.m. now. We're actually stepping into the Call of Cthulhu universe for this one, Jester. It's based on on all percentile. I've never done this adventure before. This one's a little bit different in that it actually uses a time mechanic on a calendar. So I'll show the calendar very briefly, but I'm going to warn you the paper is a little bit dark, so it's going to be a little bit hard to see everything. But this is going to be a calendar for September through December 1931, broken out into the hours of the day. So that's how that's going to work on this one. Let's try... I want to kill another hour here before the... Before the bank opens. So we're going to use a... Let's just spot hidden this time. The spot hidden is a 40, so let's give that a try for another hour. Let's see, that's a 78, so that's an even worse result. That's a better result, but it's still nowhere near enough to pass. So it's 9 a.m., which means now I want to go back to the Arkham location table, so I'll show you that very briefly. The location table is what I'm looking at here, and now I want to go down to Arkham First National Bank, because we need to get some funds, as I recall. So over to entry 3. It's actually laid out as a choose-your-own adventure, as all of these Call of Cthulhu adventures are. Actually, this is a... Oh yeah, this is a Wednesday. Okay. Deposits in Arkham First National Bank. Deposits and withdrawals are possible between 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. If you're Professor Grunewald, and we are, your account is here and you can withdraw up to the cash amount noted on the investigator's sheet. Go to any Arkham location. Let's pull... We can pull up to 2,200. Let's pull 1,000 out. Okay. Now we want to go to any Arkham location. Let's see. Next we want to go... Well, we're definitely going to Athens. Well, yeah. We need to go to Athens at some point. Right. So let's go to the Arkham Advertiser next for that. So that was through the 9 a.m. hour. So 10 a.m. is going to be spent going to the Arkham Advertiser for entry 60. Arkham Advertiser. Information available by phone. For scheduled sailings of ocean liners, go to 136. For news of Athens, go to 80. For each hour spent browsing through the paper's back issue files, you can attempt one of the following roles once. For a successful library use roll, go to 48. For a successful spot hidden roll, go to 125. You may also attempt a luck roll. If you succeed, go to 168. If it's October or later, go to 172 as well. Once finished at the newspaper, go to any Arkham location. Well, we want information on the sailings, so let's go to 136. Entry 136. A Cunard liner departs Pier 56 in New York City every Saturday for Athens and Alexandria, with intermediate stops. The trip takes 9 days to Athens and 1 more to Alexandria. Return to 60. Okay, that's good to know. So, I'm making some notes off camera. So New York to Athens is 9 days. 10 to Alexandria. Okay, and back to 60. Okay, so we're back to the Arkham Advertiser. Let's try another library use roll. So that'll take us through the 10 a.m. hour. Alright, library use here is once again a 60. So we're rolling percentile dice. That's a 53, so this time we actually pass the library use roll at the Arkham Advertiser, so we go to 48. Aristotle Milonas, director of the National Museum of Archaeology in Athens, died today in a bizarre automobile accident. His car, apparently going much too fast, spun through the railing of a stone bridge across the Ilissus River. This internationally known scholar, largely responsible for the protection of many Greek national treasures, will be sorely missed. A reclusive man, Milonas was unmarried and without other family. He decreed always that his beloved Greece was both mother and father to him. Arkham Advertiser, July 1st, 1931. Return to 60. Okay, so we can't see, so library use at Advertiser done. And that was an hour that we spent there. Let's Let's spend another hour at the advertiser, so it's going to be the 11 a.m. hour. I will need to spend some mealtime here pretty soon, so I'm going to try a spot hidden roll next. And for spot hidden, I need a skill value of a 40. So let's see what happens on this roll. That's a 38, which is just enough to pass. So that's a spot hidden roll. We go to 125. Greek sponge divers have recovered a puzzling device off the island of Carpathos, a small island between Crete and Turkey. The device is a mechanism believed to be thousands of years old, yet bright and untarnished, as though made yesterday. Scientists have declined comment on the metal from which the device is made. Archaeological experts from the National Museum have taken possession of the oddity for further study. Arkham Advertiser, June 8th, 1900. Back to 60. Alright, so that's bringing it back to 60. Now I believe meal times, we'd have to spend 2 hours per day have to be given over to eating. Okay, so we're going to spend noon to take a meal break. We're going to spend the noon hour to take a meal break. And now it's 1 p.m. So we've got the information on the shipping. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the Arkham locations. Where do we want to go now that it's now that we're at noon? Let's see. Let's go. We've already withdrawn. Is it another entry to eat, or how does that work? Circle the hours spent. Oh, meal information is part of the information available in the locations table. Okay, so right.